All right, so I'm gonna have to speak up. It's a little windy outside. This is a quick tutorial how-to on replacing the power liftgate struts on a 21 plus 4th generation Toyota Sienna. So I've gone ahead, I've done the left side. I'm gonna do the right side with you. And so tools you need, just a few hand tools, a 10mm socket and socket wrench, a medium flathead, and I suggest a skinnier, thinner flathead if you have one. So you'll have to take the paneling off on the back here to access the connection point and be able to disconnect the old version. Obviously, main killer, 680 some odd dollars we bought for the pair for the new version. That's on a sale, apparently a 20% or so sale. It says it's normally $955. So yeah, there's a different part number for the right side and the left side. So make sure you get both left hand and right hand, and you're gonna have to go to Toyota, wherever, your dealership, go to their parts selection and replace them. I didn't see any aftermarket options that might, change in the future. So, anything else to note? Yeah, this is a newer version. I don't know if they're phasing out the older version. The new one does connect and, essentially slot in just the same. It was an extra $10 per side. So I'm just hoping that that's more reliable. We'll see. So let's go and do the right side together. All right, so hopefully you have a nice, warm, comfortable garage to work in, but essentially to start, you're gonna drop this whole panel, and to get that process started, you take out these pieces here that are adjacent to the speaker on either side. This whole step is a little less complicated than it could be on another vehicle, for instance. On this piece here, I'm gonna reinsert it because I'm on the installation phase, or reinstallation. There's a bit of a gap here closer to the vehicle. It's just a little wider on the seam where you can start your tool, insert it, start prying, work your way towards the back of the vehicle, because there are sort of hinged clips inside there. Once you get that removed, you'll see your 10mm bolt you'll take out with a socket, and then you can start dropping this panel. I found it to be better to start where there's this sort of recycling symbol or whatever, anyway, towards the vehicle, and walk it through with a pry tool, pulling it down and gently taking it down. You may want an additional help with that. So yeah, so that's basically it. Take both off, take both bolts out first, and then take out the whole piece, and that'll be your first step. All right, so once you have the paneling off, you can go to your cable on the outside, give it a tug, and you'll just find that this is the connection that you need to remove. And so you can do that by hand, and just remember, obviously, this open side here is where you're going to connect. So we're going to pull that back out. All right, so this is where a nice thin screwdriver comes in handy. You're basically just going to take off this metal kind of clamp ring here, and that's going to allow you to pop this out. So just find a nice spot where you can kind of get under there. That's already coming out nicely. And I'm just going to pop that. Try not to scratch any of my finish, and I have that off like there. Now you'll just be able to pop that by hand. Obviously take this off on both ends first, and then if you have one side end installed on the other end, it'll hold it up enough. You'll be able to then pop in the new one. Okay, we got Charlie making a cameo. Charlie, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, now that those snap rings are off, I'm just gonna pull those right out, and there it is. I've already disconnected the cable, and it's dropping a little bit. So just to get it installed, you probably need full extension here, and it's just a pop, give it a pull, make sure it's on tight, get it all the way up. Alrighty, give it a tug, and that's on there. All right, so after you've got the actual strut in, you're gonna feed this cable back through and go ahead and plug it in. It is keyed, so it only goes one way, and you'll just hear a click. And then don't forget, there is this sort of weatherproof, weather-resistant grommet. So you have to work that back in. Probably needs 2 hands. So make sure that's in, but then that's it for installation. You'll just replace the paneling. The only thing about this I think you need to pay attention to is on both sides there's these sort of angled, and it looks like they do have a retention clip in there. You'll probably see it better on your own. Probably wouldn't hurt to have a helper with this one just to get it aligned first. Just make sure you don't want to bust, you know, these plastic clips. You want them pretty much perfectly lined up before you start punching back in. And it's worth going around a couple times to make sure that they're all in, and probably even 3 times really, because as far as these things go, you know, you might think it's set, and then you go back around and realize half of them weren't fully set. So there you go. All right, now that you're all said and done, just go to the new struts you've installed, give them a tug, make sure they're on there. You know, double check those grommets, that they're nice and tight all the way around on both sides. It's not a bad idea to go around and check your panel that you replaced one more time, but that's pretty much it. The only other thing is that you can adjust the max height that this opens by pressing and holding, and you'll hear a tone. The reason you may want to do that is if you have something like a low garage ceiling or something that you want to bring this down so that it doesn't, you know, hit anything. But for us outside, it's not an issue. And yeah, I found that they're new to the van, so that might be, you know, half the story. But at least these new versions here are quieter. They're quieter, smoother, and I think it says that in the actual official Toyota description. You know, a little bit of a hassle certainly on the pocketbook, but not so bad hands-on with tools, and I can do it out here, like I said, maybe in 20 minutes or so if I was not distracted. So thanks for watching. Come here. Hey, wait. All right, I gotcha. Ah, yeah. Hey, be gentle. It's cold out here. What are you doing? Hey, look, we fixed the pieces. Papa put new pieces, so now the trunk will close. What do you think of that? Yeah. Is that good? Should we get the heck out of here? It's windy.